Well, that would be good,
Okay.
you know, I think.
My question is very much kind of like Faye's. When Caitlin has a bill that's $496, does she itemize it? Does she say 120 is phone calls, 130 is writing this report up? Does she itemize it, Jesse?
She does. And in the past, when I have done public records requests on attorney invoices, I'm required to redact that information and I can give the total lump sum. So attorney bills are also, protected.
If the answer to the question would be, so I just went through and I was signing some in here, and yes, the itemized, when it's more than, when it's more than just, one sum of paying somebody $30 for a service that we do every month, there is an explanation attached with each check of what the total was derived from.
Well, I'm glad the board sees that, but the public can't. I can't see that, the itemized, how much is phone calls, how much is other stuff. So is that what you're saying? The public cannot see the itemized amounts?
Right. Well, yeah, with certain situations, one of them being the attorney ones, and it's board information and not public information.
Okay.
We do disclose some of it, Cheryl. As you know, we talk about fees that are reimbursable to IDEQ. We separate those out.
Yes.
So if you recall in meetings, we do give that information.
It's
but
not
the
black
other
and white.
stuff we,
It's not black and white. There are some
certain things. Yeah.
Right. Okay, another item on the action item list. I still didn't see. I brought this up last time, and maybe I missed it. Caitlin's supposed to answer some letter about the 2 houses on the 1 sewer. I brought that up a month ago and asked if it would be put on the action list. And I don't know, Jesse, was it there and I missed it? Is that what happened?
I think it is, Jesse. That was the one over on the Cape.
I don't know. I know I sent an email out to her and asked her to update.
No, it's not the Cape. It's Hudson Bay Road. It's not the Cape.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So,
It's on there.
Was it on the action list?
I don't know.
It was on when I looked at it.
Yeah, 2 houses connected to 1 septic tank.
So, no answer from a letter, from something you asked Caitlin to look at, or something like that?
Nope. We checked into that on. We only asked her to review it. We haven't even heard from the customer. They've required no action from us on that.
But moving forward, you're going to have to. It can't remain 2 houses on 1 sewer. Not according to the sewer ordinance. It can't. So it's going to have to be dealt with. One way or the other, each house is going to have to get their own sewer. That's my understanding.
Yes, and it's on the list, and I believe
there is some movement. I get
they're working on it.
Locate tickets, what they call 811, and I did get one for the residents there. So it tells me they're trying to take some action on it.
Okay,
Some properties don't have room for 2 septic tanks for the sewer.
Yeah, this particular case is 2 separate properties, and one of them did not want to hook up directly to Bayview.
Yeah,
and they made
you'll
a handshake arrangement with 2 friends, and some of the friends sent souls.
Well, if you want any room for anything,
Yeah.
and if they fed a new dwelling in the garage, now, you've got, what are you gonna do?
And we just have to take a look at it.
well, Cooch, that's not the only house that has that. You're going to have to find that out when you go do site inspections. But that's not the only property with that situation.
Do we know?
Yeah, it's a process, Cheryl.
Yes, I read. So, and the inequities letters haven't gone out. I think I heard you say they're going to go out in November. So nothing's been sent, correct, to anybody on illegal using sewers or something?
No, because first there's several things that have to happen first. We have to make an on-site inspection before we really know for sure everything that's involved. So
Okay.
we're going to do that on the big commercial accounts, on anything that we are aware of that is on the list. We also need to address the water resolution, which needs
Yes.
to be turned into an ordinance. And so those two things together with some information from the REAP study. So it's all kind of working together. It's
Yeah.
moving ahead.
It sounds like November, maybe the letters will go out in November.
No, I don't
Oh.
believe so.
Oh, gee, okay.
That's a little, yeah, I would like that, but I don't think that would be possible.
Right, right. And don't forget about Park and Rec. Because you were working on the Navy, sending them a letter, which I think is terrific. But don't forget about the Park and Rec, the bathrooms down by the
Yeah,
boat launch.
restroom. Yeah, we've got that on our list.
Good, good. Anyway, yeah, and Jesse moved a lot of items to complete it, so that was very promising and very positive. And thank you.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
There was a lot of movement this last week.
You did a lot of movement. Yes, yes.
Been busy.
Yeah, yeah. I am anxious for the inequities, of course, but that's okay. I'll keep waiting.
Yep, that's our top priority.
I am actually really anxious too. It's funny when I talk about the IRWA meeting, I'm excited. It's odd how excited I am for. Obviously, it's going to be a lot of work, but it's been something that I was aware of from the moment I started this district, and board after board just been wondering how we're going to do it. And you've done the sewer ordinance thing, and yeah, it's a long time coming. I'm excited.
So I have a question, if that's okay. I really appreciate you going over discussing the Facebook issue, and whatever the board decides, that's fine. I was wondering if you would also consider not using Norma Jean and Cheryl as your mouthpiece, because to me it sounds like you're worried about liability, but you're using them to disseminate your information to the public. So just a consideration, do you really want to use them as your mouthpiece?
Yes, I like that.
I know you do. I just think that if you're worried about liability, people do banter.
Strictly emergency things, just get it out there, information
Yeah.
for budget hearings and things like that.
But that's what I had asked for the Facebook page to be, strictly just information.
Need to rethink that.
Yeah, that's been at the request of them, because they like to be
Yeah.
notifying their public as Facebook.
And so then that comes back to the same thing I said earlier about us having a common can.
Right, right.
A response of go to the website.
Official,
Yeah,
like, and not leave it to other people to word something.
right. Because they do banter on those sites.
Yeah,
So-
I agree.
Okay, and thank you for that discussion. I appreciated that. Also, is there any progress on the ER reconciliation that Clint and I were doing before? Is there progress on that, Jesse? Clint?
Actually, I was thinking about that today, and I'd like to take, kind of in a new direction, but the Excel spreadsheet that we have, putting in there the account numbers right next to all the LIDs, that'll ease in our billing software update. But as far as the projects that you and Clint were working on, I'm not aware of what you guys were doing. I was never a part of that or informed on that. So I don't know the process on any of that, but I know that we are working forward with ER reconciliation in general. And
Okay, good. That's fine. Just so that keeps moving forward.
We are using the Innovate system.
Good.
If that's your question.
Oh, that's great if you're using it. Wonderful.
Yeah.
To the extent that we can right now, and we did put money in the budget because we've identified a couple things that we would like to get as soon as we can, which is one more level of separation on the map to deal with reserved ERs. There is no provision, and that's our biggest problem right now.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the tie-in to billing system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we wanted to, be able to communicate with the billing system, that's another big one.
So we're working.
Yeah,
on
that was my second question, actually. Thank you, Colleen.
And
Answering that.
how did Clint? Did you learn anything when you went away and to your conference?
He looks so much smarter now,
Yeah.
can't you tell?
I mean, I learned a whole bunch from going to the conference. Definitely feel, and like I asked the instructors there, that people should be going every year because there's always new information there at the conferences. And it's good if both individuals or however many people you have in your office go as well, because on every single one of those days there was 4 classes that were going all at the same time, and I couldn't go to all of them. So no, so I always forget the lady's name. What's her name?
Renata.
Renata. Talked to her specifically as one of the other individuals, and she said exactly the same stuff, that everybody should go every year, and each office shuts down for that whole time frame while they have the committee going. So
Well, if you learned anything like really great, like you should share it with the board. At least write it down, a statement, and say, "Hey, this is something you guys need to know. I learned at the conference." That would really go a long ways.
I've talked to board members and told them about how my trip, especially the part that I hate flying, but talked to board members about it and expressed my opinion and my thoughts on everything and
Good.
how much I learned. So
Well, yeah.
there's still more to learn too. So
Well, I'm glad it was worthwhile.
definitely.
Okay, that's it for me.
That's it for me.
Okay, thanks, you guys.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Meeting is adjourned. You have to make a